we had a big one tonight in the Firelands Conference. For first place, Western Reserve, a team that really handled St. Paul a little bit earlier in the season. They had Crestview take the trip up there to take them on in Collins. We were there, of course, a lot riding on this game. Cougars with a ton of momentum. They have not lost in a while, but it's always tough to win on the road, especially against a rival. Cougars on the back of a 5-game win streak, but it would be Brexton Freilich who would throw a dot here into the end zone to start off the scoring. 2-point conversion, no good. It would be 6-0. Now here's Tyler Wood making the snag for 26 yards. He'll burst into the end zone. Get the 2-point conversion this time. They'll extend their lead now 14-zip. Still second quarter now. It's Freilich again with the snag, and he's going to go the distance. He'll just waltz this one in, just walk it into the end zone. 70-yarder, and the route looks like it's on. Where is the offense for Crestview? They cannot get back on the field, just unable to move it against this Rough Riders defense. Meanwhile, Dom Edwards burning them in the passing game. Everybody kind of getting involved, and they would put some icing on the cake here. One more passing touchdown. This has been a running team for the most part this season, but it's Edwards again for a 5-yarder and a shutout in this one, Chris. This one really stunned me. Crestview, I've seen them with my own eyes a few different times this year. They just knock off their biggest rival in their eyes in St. Paul, and I felt like, talking to Zach Truax, who called the game, we were texting back and forth today, I really felt like Crestview probably had the upper hand going into this one. Boy, was I wrong. I can't make heads or tails of this one. You've seen Western Reserve. Why do you think that this team was able to put that type of performance against a squad that was coming in scorching hot?
Well, they got their missing piece back. You'll see that quarterback, number 14. That is 3-year letter winner, Hayden Keith. He went out in week 1. He didn't return until last week, and last week was kind of a warm-up for this week, but he's a 3-year letter winner for a reason. And normally they would hand it off to Landon Wiggle and let him go for touchdowns. But with Keith back and as a senior now, looking forward to playing, probably got a lot of motivation after having to sit for 6 weeks. And he makes that team he adds a whole nother dimension. And now we're getting to see the real talents of Braxton Freilich because he's got a quarterback who can really get him the ball.
Yeah, Hayden Keith with all those weapons around him. 5 touchdowns he threw tonight. Plus, on defense, I'm told he's a bit of a menace too. 3 sacks for that kid. So 5 wins out of their last 6. Western Reserve, they've got tons of momentum. They're going to be at Plymouth, and that's another game where, again, you feel like they should be able to put up a lot of offense. And then at home against New London. So let's look at the Firelands Conference standings as they sit right now. They've just got the 1 loss right now in the league, that coming a couple weeks ago against Monroeville, who's the only team right now undefeated right now in the conference, Chris. They've got New London, let me see who they got down the stretch.
They have Ashland Crestview next week. I'll have that game.
Yeah, Crestview and then St. Paul. So it's going to be a tough task for the Eagles to finish it out. You would assume that the Rough Riders are going to finish this thing up at 6-1. So a lot still to unpack, and the Eagles control their own destiny.